What is a luthier?
What is a luthier? Luthier is a person that makes musical instruments out of laths or looths of wood. So it's basically small woodwork. But it usually refers to makers of violins, guitars, mandolins, and the whole violin family, of course, as well. Piano makers are called piano makers rather than luthiers. Yeah.
How did you get to become one?
I was a folkie in the 1970s, and I thought, you know, these instruments can be improved. I was wrong, but it took me about 20 years to find out why. And but I started making really weird looking instruments, both guitars and violins. I'm still using it. I think I was out 32 years. So,
often they make the old stuff last though, don't they?
yeah, well they did in this case. And I use it for doing acoustic tests on instruments, and I can even demonstrate that if it's of any interest.
Yeah.
This particular one is, but there are others that are Australian designed and made. This is the reason. Way, because this is what we do here is quite a rare sort of little. It's not in top here, and when I say pressed in, it's in a mould, so where you use.
Sorts of interesting tools and gadgets in there.
It's in a little. It said that about they're now producing these carbon fibre guitars. How long do you think before what happened with the violin is going to start happening with the guitar?
Yeah, well, it's even, as I was saying, it is even competitive even between Australian makers exporting overseas, and I think that's good because we really are pushing against each other. But when other nations who don't pay their workers anything like what we need to survive in Australia come out with a high quality product at a fraction of the price, then it's inevitable. What happens is that we won't be making any more of those particular type of instruments. But so I don't know how long you can go on innovating and developing in Australia this design that we have here. I mean, we have a whole family of guitars that people are again surprised when they see, because they're starting to play music on guitar ensembles now that was just not possible until we have all these different sizes, and there's plenty on the websites. The whole story of the human civilization is one of change and innovation and collapse of industries. But of course
it comes down then to wages.
To wages, yeah.
Labour cost.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, we've noticed that our actual net income, even with the efficiency that our young workers brought into our operation, our actual net income has gone down in the last 10 years. We sent a guitar over to China and didn't hear anything, and then we emailed and didn't hear anything, so we emailed a rather serious query, and we got an immediate reply. Said that they would send it back. One of the final stages of getting the instrument balanced up. I'll put my glass to it. If you don't tune it right, it doesn't work. So the whole idea about these things is that the strings ring for a long time, but this one's gone short. So then I have to start making very fine changes in position. Well, there it is, and that would be then left to dry for seems to have the right sort of grip and the right sort of feel about it. I don't know. then after glued in the little lining strips and coated them with glue, I put that back on there, which would have a nice curve in it due to the barring, and then I would clamp it all the way around the edge here, and then that body of the guitar is nice and strong and heavy and hard. Okay, so this is just the sort of final shaping of the top of the neck. It's important for comfort of the player. Almost. Not too thick. I think we've got